we're going to do some rapid fire, 5 college games for Saturday. Now, Craig, how this works is I'm going to name games. And each game that I name, I want to know what you're going with. Are you ready for this? It might be a little insane. Hey, everyone, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications so that you don't miss any of our free content.
Yeah. Hey, week 1, it's insane no matter what, so I'm ready.
We love some college football regardless. Fans are always insane as well. So the first game, Oregon at Georgia. We've got number 3, Georgia, number 11, Oregon. The totals on this game, 52.5, and the spread at 17.5. Who are you going with?
Talking about when's the last time you've seen a top 10, top 20 team as a 17.5 point underdog? I mean, that tells you, I really think it's the haves and the have-nots. The top 5 teams, it's the haves, or even top 3 or 4, really. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, I think are the haves. Everybody else is the have-nots, at least if you look at the point spread. I just think Georgia is the better team here. I don't think that's a surprise. Obviously, if you want to lay this kind of number, you have to assume Georgia's just going to dominate because early on, a lot of teams will settle for end up playing field goals because of penalties and that kind of stuff. I think Georgia's defense will pick up where they left off last year, even with so many guys leaving. I like Georgia minus 17.5. Also think the under's not a terrible play in this one.
Yeah, the Oregon's new head coach, though, who knows? He has some familiarity with the Georgia Bulldogs. Next game, we've got Cincinnati at Arkansas. I love this game as well. We've got a number 19, number 23 team. We've got Arkansas at -6 here and the total at 52.5. What do you like?
Well, when you look at this game, remember what Cincinnati was the last 3 or 4 years. Ritter at quarterback. I mean, he was a 4-year starter, never lost a home game. I mean, they went undefeated last year, crashed the playoffs. But you have a Cincinnati team that lost a ton. I mean, a ton. When you're at Cincinnati and you lose, 4 or 5 draft picks in the first 3 or 4 rounds, it's one thing when you're Ohio State, Clemson, Florida, these big schools losing that. When you're Cincinnati, much tougher to reload. I think they did reload, and they have good depth, but I think that team is young right now. I think they're going to have to win early with their defense. I think it's going to have to slow this game down. I like the under in this game. I just think Arkansas, I remember what they did last year. They were really good on offense early. I think Cincinnati has to keep the ball away from them, which means under for me.
This is the first ever meeting between these teams, too, so they're going to be figuring each other out. All right, next game, Craig. We've got Houston at UTSA. Tell me, we've got Houston at -4, over-under 61.5. What do you like for this game on Saturday?
These are 2 teams that I both could see these teams kind of being some upset teams at the end of the year, being in a much better bowl situation than what maybe you would think when you think Houston and UTSA. I like the over here. I think both of these teams like to score a lot of points. I think both defenses, hot evening, hot day in Texas. I think this game goes way over the total. I'm thinking like 37-35 shootout. I think UTSA wins this game, but I like the over best.
Hot games in Texas, something I definitely want to see at some point in my life in college football. Take me to Texas. Our next game, we have Utah at Florida. Utah, the favorite in this one at -3. The total is 50.5. Where are you going? You going Gators? You going Utah? Tell me about it.
Well, Utah is my team. Last year I liked Cincinnati early in the year to be the upsetter of someone that you didn't expect to be in the playoffs. Utah is my team this year. I think they can. If they beat USC, that'll be the key with them. But if they win this game, I think they're going to be probably favored in every game, maybe but one rest of the year. I think Utah is clearly the better team. Remember in the bowl, they almost beat a very good Ohio State team with their second or third string quarterback. I'll take Utah in this one -3. I think Florida is going to be better than people think this year. I just think early on, Florida won't be as good as Utah. Utah is going to be really good this year. Let's take Utah -3.
An Ohio State team that always seems to reload every year too, mind you. So, all right, I'm here for that one. Next one we've got, speaking of the Buckeyes, Notre Dame at Ohio State. Ohio State, the 17-point favorite in this one, total 59.5. Man, there is so much good college football on Saturday. I need to know what you're thinking this one, though.
This game, I'm from Ohio. Mm-hmm. I'm living about an hour and a half from Columbus. I'm a Catholic school kid my whole life. My fight song in high school was Notre Dame's fight song, so I always liked Notre Dame. So this is tough. I hate Ohio State. I mean, it's like everything is pulling at me in every which way. I'm going with a total in this one. I just think it's safer. I just think this game screams take a total. I think you take the over. I know this Notre Dame team defense is going to be better than people think. This Ohio State team is elite on offense. And I mean, if they don't finish 1 or 2 in the country in scoring and all the statistics that we all follow in offensive categories, I will be shocked. They have probably the best 2 receivers in the country, if not 2 of the best 3. I think they have the best quarterback in the country, great running back, solid offensive line. Defense is the question. Remember last year we just talked about the Rose Bowl, how many points they gave up in the Rose Bowl to a Utah team that doesn't like to score points. I think they'll get it better on defense, but it'll take a few weeks. Over 59.5. Ohio State, I hate to say this, as I'm a Notre Dame fan, I think they're going to give up 50 this week to Ohio State.
Making some bold predictions on this Power Hour. We love to hear it. Listen, I live with a former Buckeye. My boyfriend wrestled there. I don't like the Buckeyes as much as the next guy, being from Penn State. But if you like Craig's picks, let us know. We love having a rapid fire. Go to picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code NFL. Saves you 20% off the entire site. Thank you so much for your college football, Craig. We love to see it.